Hey, what's up? This is Oli from All That Remains, and this is Antihero Online.
Guys, we're in Raleigh tonight. First show of 15 in a row. What's the feeling going into this long stretch for you guys?
I feel good, man. Ready to get up there and do my thing.
And the biggest thing that you guys have that's being talked about right now is the cover of Thunder Rolls.
Mm-hmm.
What kind of inspired the cover, and how did you make it unique to All That Remains?
Phil has been talking about the song for many years, and we discussed it and said, that would be kind of cool to do it. And then we did it in the studio with Howard Benson, kind of true to the record, and we decided that it wasn't quite right. So I brought it to my friend's studio at Speakeasy Studios with Benny Goodman, and we kind of retooled the whole thing and added some structures, added some heaviness, added some layers, and he contributed his skills on the piano at the end and everything, so it really fleshed it out, and I think it made it a much better track.
And I was talking to Mike earlier this year and after the release of the song, and he said you contributed to a lot of the heaviness of the guitars. When you guys did the first run through, it sounded too similar to the original.
Yeah, we were trying to basically duplicate what was there just to kind of make sure we were faithful to the song. Then we realized it wasn't right for us to do that, and we had to restructure it in a way that was more honest for us.
And the band isn't new to covers. You guys did covers of Metallica early in the career. This cover now, is this something that might be a possibility in the future, maybe touching on a few more influential rock bands?
You never know.
The tour with Alter Bridge, it's been going good so far. What are you looking forward to the most from this tour?
Well, we have a lot of dates on this tour. I would like to play with Mark Tremonti and build a rapport with him as a guitar player and really learn his process. And yeah, man, he does clinics every day, which is really cool, and I think that's something that I want to start doing as well. So it's definitely like a very guitar player related tour, and that makes me pretty happy.
And have you kind of like chimed in and hung out at these guitar clinics that he holds before the shows?
I asked him about it. He said, yeah, man, later on the tour we can do that. Right now I'm kind of like, it's early, and we want to not get in each other's way too much, or I don't want to get in his way.
One of the big things about All That Remains is the band's style keeps evolving over time and changing.
Mm-hmm.
But at the same point, the band faces a lot of criticism at the same time.
Yep.
How do you kind of deal with that criticism and move forward?
I mean, how you deal with anything. You just do what you do and hope for the best. And I'm not going to cry every time someone calls me a name. I would have been dead a long time ago.
And is that the same mentality throughout the whole band as well?
Oh, absolutely. Yeah. I think that goes double for Phil.
Balancing out the set list with newer and older tracks, what was the mentality of the band when you guys were kind of going through and sorting out the set list for this specific tour?
We want to play stuff that has a balanced sound, some of the heavier stuff, some of the more radio-friendly things. We're playing we know the crowd that we're playing for, and, we don't necessarily want to scare them away, but we also want to showcase, our heavier side as well. So it's every tour we kind of figure out, what we're gonna pick, and it's gonna fit, hopefully get us some more fans.
And kind of give the fans a balance too.
Balance, yeah, because I think if you give them all the same sound, it gets redundant.
And looking forward to 2018, what is the band's plan kind of after this tour wraps up a little bit?
We're looking at getting some more material at least written, and we'll be I think we'll be at a couple of festivals hopefully, and a lot of stuff I can't really talk about, but yeah, man, it's looking like a pretty good year. Speaking
of festivals, this has been a busy year for you guys.
Mm-hmm.
What would you sum up 2017 as?
I would say it's a very tumultuous year, but it's also a year of kind of realizing where everything is, and it clarifies our situation, and it's a positive thing, and we can really move forward as a band, as a unified band.
And we touched on the evolution of the band earlier. How have you evolved over the years since the first release to now as a guitarist?
I think I have a lot more versatility in my playing. I'm open, I was pretty much just into metal and, the neoclassical stuff back then. Kind of an elitist guitar player. A lot of people that criticize us today.
Yeah.
But as I've grown, I've gotten a lot more blues and jazz influence, and I try to be aware of, I guess, all the smaller nuances of my playing rather than just the amount of notes that I play.
And then the last thing is, when you guys all come together in the studio, do you kind of like lay down the basic foundation of the guitar riffs and Mike kind of adds, or do you bounce ideas back before you go into the studio?
It varies. We would never come into the studio without songs written. That would be really stupid. That'd be a waste of money. I tend to be the riff churning machine of the band, but everybody writes, and like a song like "What If I Was Nothing" is completely Mike. On this album especially, Mike wrote "Back to You," great acoustic tune, stuff like that. So it really depends on the song as well. When it comes to the arrangement, we all have a say in how a song is finally put together.